Welcome to Skill Insights dashboard for the Data Engineer Upskilling Program powered by Incurious. This dashboard provides an overview of the learner's performance, helping us measure and track their success throughout their upskilling journey. At the top, we can see a quick overview of the program. The program currently has 33 learners engaging in 21 different scenarios designed to upskill them in key data engineering areas. The overall success rate across these scenarios is 78.95%, which is a strong indicator of the learner's progress and skill mastery. By the way, to define the metric success rate, we define it as the percentage of total available points earned by learners in each skill category, tool, or interface. The yellow line at 70% represents the cutoff point for success, and it helps us gauge learners' performance effectively. Now let us move on the left side of the dashboard, which is this one. And what do we see is that the section shows the breakdown of success rate by skill category. This skill category is nothing but, you can consider this as the evaluation rubric. We are evaluating the learner's performance across 4 categories: approach, quality, skills, and tools. And each of these categories we can drill further to get into subcategories or subskills. You can also consider this as their competencies. Let's try to drill down in each of these competencies. If I click on approach, I can drill down to subskills like concept clarity, logic building, problem understanding. Or we can click on skills and we can drill down into subskills. And when I'm clicking on skills, I see data ingestion and data understanding, they're below par, they're below 70%. And among the biggest concern is data ingestion, where on an average, the overall batch is around 53%, which is an area of concern. Similarly, on the right side, we see the split of success rate by assessments. People have done generally well in SQL assessments, but Excel remains an area of concern, which is less than 70%. So this way we get a good insight about learners' performance in a more granular way, going from the top level competencies to sub-level competencies and further down. In order to understand the competencies or the skill hierarchy better, we can see the skill hierarchy has been mentioned here, where we see we have approach, quality, skills, and tools, the same way we were showing in the first page. But here we can see the full hierarchy properly. And we are free to choose any of these hierarchies, and we can see a heat map on the right side where it shows the split of learners' performance across modules. And this heat map you can interpret in this way. Wherever you see the heat map in more green zone, for example in this one, it means that the competencies shown by the learners is really good. However, in some cases, for example, literacy assessment is still good, but here we see there are a lot of yellow areas, here also a lot of yellow areas, red areas, orange areas, which means these areas the learners on an average have struggled and they need more attention. Another view of the same is on the next page, where we have the content or the modules on the filter and we have the skill tree on the right. Similarly, you can click and drill down. For example, I can click on approach and I can drill down. So this gives me more granular insight about learners' performance. And we see, for example, within approach, logic building, these guys are struggling a bit. I can also go up and do the same for skills. And I can see in data ingestion, here is the problem. So I'm able to drill down further and be able to say who are the ones who are facing challenges. So now with being said, let's try to see specific learners' performance, which would be the lowest level of drill down. We see there are a bunch of learners and we can see this person is showing a subpar performance across all competencies. Let's do a right click and click on drill through to go to learner snapshot. And this gives a detailed view of that specific learner. This learner has not been able to clear the cutoff, which is 70%, stands at around 65%. Across all skill categories, this person is showing subpar performance. Why? You can see the performance across modules, and we can see there are places where this person has not done well, and that sub-performance is consistent. Some places it is pretty bad. And finally, what we get to see is this learner success rate broken down in the form of an actual skill tree, where we can click any of those areas and I can drill down further to understand which areas the person is good, which area the person is struggling. Like here, I could drill down to level 3 and I can see granularity in data types is a problem. In wrangling, more or less the person has done well, and some of the areas the person is struggling a bit. Data quality is where we see the person is struggling a lot or not doing the given assignments at all. Overall, this dashboard gives a 360-degree snapshot of a program's performance, getting down to modules performance. We can slice and dice across skill categories, and finally getting a snapshot of each individual learner. This is how we believe the Skill Insights dashboard can add value to measure your learning and help using this as a feedback into a better design of your learning program. I hope this helps. Thank you.